I am trying to connect with somebody from Ireland here, so keep trying to add her to the conversation, but it doesn't come up.
Yay! I think it worked.
Yo, there we go.
That was so awkward and hard, and I don't know what was going on.
We did it. We did it. Okay, cool. Let's go.
So I know that because of everything that happened, you got about 20 minutes now before you have to go pick up your girlfriend, which I understand completely because, we girlfriends are more important than life itself. Do you know what I mean? So,
Just this. It's not too far away. She's just up the street, so I got a little bit of time.
okay, cool. So do you want to talk about her? What's her name? How long are you with her?
Yo, what's up? What's the crack, Ireland? I'm Tyrow James from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. There's all kinds of different cities in Vancouver. I'm currently residing in a place called White Rock. I'm from a place called Surrey, but it's all a big Vancouver city, the greater Vancouver area. So I'm sure like Ireland, it's made up of many small communities inside of one big city. You know what I mean? And I've been rapping for about a decade. I've been making music videos for all my life, and I've been causing trouble since day one.
You remind me of the skater boy phase, when like the boys are going through the skater boy phase and they're fun and they're rebellious and it's just all funk and vibe. Like it's great. I was actually looking, you were on a YouTube channel and you done an episode on something called Hazy Sode. I thought it was really
Oh yeah,
interesting. So
it's actually
like
called Hazasode.
oh,
My friend,
Hazy Sode. Okay.
it's like the word hazard, right?
Oh, I was thinking haze, like right,
Uh,
okay.
Yeah, I produce some video content for a lot of rappers. That particular rapper is a homie of mine. His name is RC the Hazard, and he has his content. They're called Hazasodes, right? And he does kind of whatever he does. I film and edit things that for him, and I done a lot of work for him and his team over the years too. So I made a lot of friends with those guys.
That's amazing. And I remember you were telling me that you've got Irish in you and your
Yeah.
second name. Go ahead, you tell us anyway.
Well, my real last name is Murphy, and I in my family's all like Irish background. There's not much, there's no hint of German or hint of this. It's all Ireland. It's all a bunch of potato farmers.
Okay, so that's
Becky
pretty cool.
Lynch.
What's that say?
Oh, it's Becky Lynch, double
No,
WWE.
go
My
on, the
girl.
Becky's everywhere. What? So yeah, like I hope you're keeping safe over there as well, like because with Corona and pandemic and stuff like that. I know it's been hard for artists to actually get out and gig and stuff like that. So how has like the Corona and the pandemic affected you when it's coming to getting out and gigging and stuff like that?
You know what? It was almost like going to jail. They shut the music scene down, and everyone just kind of stayed and had to think of a new way to stay creative. And artists evolve and artists thrive in wild west chaotic situations. So me particularly, it was a different adjustment, but I decided to do the virtual gig route. A lot of guys were just setting up their phones and stuff, but I kind of took it a different route. I kind of started doing like pre-recorded sets, and then I would chop them up and edit them and then put them out as like a special. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So a little big of a little more higher budget, but it's better than just a cell phone sitting there and being like playing for the phone or one angle maybe. But that was one thing I could do. And also, I looked through my old footage of behind the scenes from music videos over the years that I've shot or old show footage, and I kind of made my own webisode YouTube series of like behind the scenes content.
I
And
see cute little
yeah,
things. You've gotten very creative. I've noticed like many artists, musicians, they've gotten so creative since the pandemic hit. Myself personally, I've always just kind of done everything online. I didn't really gig or get out or anything. So to me, it was like always the same. I was always feeling imprisoned, you know what I mean? But it's
yeah.
great to see how creative people have gotten. Like I was looking through some of your YouTube videos, like 250 odd subscribers. I'm one of them, by the way. Yup, yup.
Oh,
And I
thanks.
really enjoy your content and it's really fun and stuff like that. So firstly, I want to say that like your music is like a whole different vibe, right? And I enjoy every song that I listen to. But like, what was your favorite song to write and record?
Oh man, so many. I don't know. A lot of the ones that I like are ones that like the fans and listeners of my stuff. It might not be their favorite because maybe it's a little more deeper and they like the more chanty audience fun songs at shows and gigs. But honestly, one of my favorite songs is one of my more popular songs, and it's called Audrey Hepburn, or AKA Catchy Chorus.
Okay.
And it's just a fun song that I wrote. There really is no rhyme or reason to it. I just thought of the chorus is just very basic. It's just me saying catchy chorus over and over again, and then I insult the audience by saying, "You bunch of nerds, you should know the words," you know.
And I actually see Audrey Hepburn is behind you there on the wall,
Yeah,
so we must have an Audrey Hepburn fan, which is deadly. She is a legit legend. So, like, what
absolutely.
age, like, did you start? We say, like, what happened first? Like, did you get involved with the music? Did you get involved with the writing? Did you get involved with like a community of artists? How did like getting into music and rap and writing come about for you?
Well, I was a youngster, about 12, 13, and in classes like English class, thing we write poetry and just short stories. So I've always been a writing kind of guy. And then you mix that with being into film and making film, and then you mix that with the fact that I've always wanted to be an entertainer and entertain people. And that is a recipe, stir that up. And, when I was about 14 years old, I realized I wanted to be a rapper or perhaps a talk show host or some sort of an entertainer in some way or form. And over the years, as being a teenager and going into my 20s, I realized that it was possible to take that dream and make it a reality, even starting from grassroots level, like, low budget recordings, free beats or whatever it took, right? And I think the allure of just being on stage and performing for people and maybe making them laugh or making them even angry at you, and you can kind of switch that mood, right? You can flip flop, you can get them in the palm of your hand, and you can
The
command the
emotional
stage.
response. Yeah, yeah.
It's just very, it's almost like a high, right? You know what I mean? Like, so it's super fun, and I've always been kind of that guy to stand up and, maybe if the room is feeling a certain kind of way, maybe I'll lighten that mood and tell a joke or something, and it makes me feel good when other people feel good, or are happy or
Very
entertained.
charismatic. Like you're so charismatic. Like I would have no problem watching you hosting a show, or like I could see you hosting something like the MTV Awards one day. Like you'd be just so full of energy, a little ball of fun. It's amazing to find that spark of life and then be able to share. So thanks for coming on and having a chat with me and letting me get it across to my audience and also yours. Because things like this is very important, especially during a pandemic. Like everybody feels quite isolated. So I think doing things like this bring people together. People feel more like involved and stuff. So yeah. So
Absolutely.
I'm just wondering, like, what inspired you as an artist? Like, was there a rapper in particular, a singer in particular? Was there anybody in particular that you listened to and went, oh, well, they can do it, so can I?
Yeah, well, I mean, for me as a young kid, I think I saw the Beastie Boys when I was 7 or 8 or 9 on Beavis and Butthead on MTV
Oh,
back in the day,
sorry.
and I thought they
Oh,
were
people.
super cool. And I was like, these guys look pretty cool. And I watched a few of their videos, and I realized that not only were they a rap group, but they could also do punk music as well, and all kinds of different stuff. And I felt that was kind of appealing to me, where I didn't just do one thing; it was like a bunch of stuff, like a variety
So like
show, you know?
like in Ireland we say that's a jack of all trades. So you have
Yeah.
your skills are like everywhere, which is amazing because once you have them skills, you have them for life and then you can put them together and then once you put them together you get gold. So like
Yeah.
what message like do you actually want to get across in your music? Like do you do music in order to get a message across? Is it just for fun? Like what would you say would be your message,
Well, I mean, for me as a message, I just want people to, most importantly, I want people to think for themselves, to believe in themselves, and realize that, you control your own destiny. And you can say, like, I want people to say that really, you can do whatever you want, um, but always look within yourself to find the answers. Some people look to religion, some people look to friends or whatever, but to be honest, if you just look within yourself, you can find all the answers. and maybe listening to my music might spark that search to look within yourself, maybe, you know, because I'm very true to myself, and I'm very at one with myself. I know who I am as a person. So I have no like shame or regrets about anything I do, because it's all part of my growth. And if I can spark that kind of thought pattern in somebody else, um, that's kind of what I want to see in people. I don't like to see people blindly following whatever it may be they're following, whether it's news, media, just liars, phonies in the music industry, just, you know, echo chambers on social media. You really got to just look within yourself and your own mind and realize.
No, like if you were talking to like an upcoming rapper or someone who's like in the industry, and they said to you like, how would you cope with bad days? So how would you cope with bad days? So like I know not every day is
Yeah.
great, and sometimes we go through periods of like there's nothing going on. It's like a heartbeat, and something's going on, and there's loads going on, and then it just goes dead. How do you cope with when everything goes quiet?
Well, like what you said, when things are quiet, especially with artists, that can be writer's block. And when there's nothing up here and nothing to the paper, you know, it's very frustrating. And I've had a lot of those days, whether it's writer's block or whether it's real life stuff that's just messing you up.
Yeah,
You know, well, you know, smoke a little bit of weed or something like that, you know. But I listen to music that makes me feel good. You know, even if it's angry music that makes me feel angry, and to get that anger out for that 2 minutes or whatever, that might it's gone. Then you feel a little better. Music is always the thing that heals me, and laughing. I love to laugh and watch pro wrestling. I love pro
yeah.
wrestling.
No
So
way. Wrestling's
yeah,
very good. So who's your
having
favorite
those,
wrestler?
my favorite wrestler. Oh, it's Becky Lynch.
I thought that. I should have said it, but I let you say it. Woo!
Right on. Yeah,
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 that's
yeah.
so cool.
Rebecca Knox.
Yeah, that.
Absolutely.
So who's your favorite rapper?
My favorite rapper, oh, I mean, me.
I love
Definitely
it.
my.
I love it. So well, then the best way of questioning that is, who is your favorite rapper to look up to in the industry that you
Oh,
say, wow, they went through so much, they have a very good story, and they came out the other side.
you know, I would just have to say my favorite of all time would have to be the trio of the Beastie Boys, because just growing up, they really inspired me. Their sound and everything, the look, the don't give a crap about what you think about me attitude. You know, it just inspired me, and it made me like feel like, you know, I can be me on a record and not have to put on some persona or some mask, you know, like, you know, or something like that. You know, just be me. And then if people don't like it, well, that's too bad. And if they do, well, that's great too. You know,
So out of all the songs you've recorded, what would be your least favorite?
my least favorite. See, that's actually a good question. A lot of people have asked me that question before. Least favorite song. You know, there is one song that I recorded. It's called "Fuck Getting Pinched," and it's a remix, so like a reprise. So I redid the vocals for it on a different beat about 8 years ago. And the guy that sent me a hook, he was a local guy, but he sent me the chorus over email. He recorded it himself. It was full of clicks and pops and like a weird hum. So he recorded
Okay.
a I don't know. So he gave me this, and I took it to my studio, and I had my engineer like try to clean it up a little bit, but I
Yeah.
could only do so much. So I had no choice but to put the song out like that and just hope that people didn't hear it, but I could hear it, and I was like, "Oh my God." So from I learned a lesson is to try, if I'm going to collab with somebody, try to get them into your studio where you record your stuff, so
Yeah,
it all
for
kind of sounds
quality.
the same, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
And that's
Well,
the
fair
one
play
I
to you, because like
yeah.
most people would say they're second, I'm not doing it. But you actually persevered and figured out a way of trying to get it like as clean as possible, and then you let it out. Do you know what I mean? So hats off to you for that.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I'm a resourceful person. You know how the Irish are. We're resourceful in hard times, right? You know, make it happen, make
yeah.
it work.
So I know that you've got a Spotify and a YouTube.
Mhm.
So do you want to let everybody know your Spotify account and your YouTube name, because I have it here, but I like when is kind of let people know.
Absolutely. My Spotify is Tyrow James. It's just find Tyrow James on Spotify and all the streaming sites that you go on, Tidal, Napster, whatever. Same with YouTube. It's youtube.com/Tyrow James, Tyrow James, and that's where you can find all my videos, all my bonus content, and I have playlists that link you to all the other stuff that I've done for other artists too. So it's just tons of shit on there. And my Facebook is Tyrow James or Tyrow Rad. I have a personal account and a Facebook like page. Twitter, same thing. I have all that stuff. And I even have a Bandcamp for people who want to download physical albums or, sorry, like files, like MP3 files. And you can pay me some money to support the shit. TyrowJames.bandcamp.com. So it's all there. And yeah, and I got hard copies too of a couple of projects.
Send me out a few of them in Ireland, and I will
send me your
hand them
mailing
over.
address and I'll send them out to you.
Yeah, definitely. I'd love that, and give it a little sign, and I'll say, hey. Look.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to get
So
more hard
I
copies.
remember about 4 or 5 years ago, it could have been longer now. You won an award. Tell me what the award was for.
Oh, stay right there. I think I have it. Hold on.
Do you? Lovely. Because when you were in the car earlier, I was thinking, oh no, when I asked about that, he's not going to have it there, but you have it. So, well, number one, congratulations, and number two, let's see this stuff.
Ooh. Yeah, Whammy Award, Vancouver Whammy Awards.
Oh wow, that is amazing. So tell me, what are they for? I don't have a clue. So best hip hop, Tyrow James. Best hip hop, Tyrow James. So what is a Whammy Award? Like, I probably feel silly saying that now because I probably should know what it is, but what is it?
Yeah, no, it's like I'm not sure if they're still doing it, but a bunch of people in the Vancouver local scene were bootlegging the Grammy Awards, and they did the Whammy Awards. And it's basically like the local music awards. They put up polls for different categories, and you can nominate people for whatever genre, and then the fans of the music scene vote. So it's not like a committee of people; it's actual people voting.
Because like in the Grammys, it's like a committee of people who do the vote. It's not really the public, which a lot of people don't know that, believe it or not. They think it's like public vote. But yeah, most of the time, guys, it goes to like a committee or a board, and they pick who the winner is going to be, not the public. So this is lovely that
so much
the public
like the fans.
Tyrow won 2 awards.
It was great because the year that I won, this one is gold because it was the first year that I won, and I actually won it back-to-back years. So that's why that was blue. It was like a celebratory back-to-back. But the first year that I won it was super awesome because it was a bunch of rappers in Vancouver who were nominated, and all the people who were my fans voted for me over these other more popular rappers, and it made me feel pretty good that I won the fan approval, you know what I mean, in different music scenes like the punk scene and the metal scene, and not just only rap. I try to build.
You were nominated. Like, did they tell you were nominated, or did they just ring you out of the blue and be like, "Yo, you won, bro"?
Well, before the awards, they announce it, and you can like write in or like type in who you think should win, and then they see who the most votes were, and then they give the top, I think 3 or 4, and then they say, okay, here's who the nominees are, and then from that, it's like a freaking tournament, and then from there, people vote for like the top 3 or 4 like names left, and then they have the award show, and they had the award show, and then they present the awards. And I actually performed, I rapped at the award show too, so that was even better.
That's so amazing. Well, congratulations. Like, I'd say that when you got them awards, you were like, yeah, I'm on the right track now. I'm gonna keep smashing this.
It was a little bit of validation from all my hard work in the Vancouver music scene over the years. Not that I really want recognition for it or an old pat on the back, but it's still
the recognition because you've put in so much work. Like I've looked into you over the last few years because we've been friends on Facebook for quite a while.
A long time.
And I'm one of these, like, I just keep my eyes open and I watch, And even if I say nothing to you, I'm still watching. And I have to say, like, in the last 2 years, you've put out more of yourself into the kind of musical aspect, which is amazing. Like, at the beginning, it was kind of your music, but now, like, people actually know who you are, where you're coming from, what you're doing, what your next plan is, and I think that's amazing. So my question to you is, what's next?
Oh, Well, there, you know what? Because of what's happened, I took about a year and a half break, and I put out Secret Stash, and I put out Live at SBC, and then I took a break. I have something recorded. I have a whole new album that's been recorded, but it's not. It's a bit different than what everyone's seen the last 10 years. It's very, very different. The music is still very similar. It's very rap. It's very punk rock kind of, but it's just there's some different people on it maybe. There's some different guests. There's some different direction the way it is. I don't want to give away too much, but it's coming very
That's
soon. And I,
fine, right? But I'm getting like a Yellow Wolf vibe.
I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it, but this is something
Okay.
that I don't think people have seen this before. I don't think people have seen what I'm gonna give before. This is a big surprise, and I hope people will enjoy it. But like I said, if people don't enjoy it, that's okay too.
Look, I'm all for creative genius, and like if you think back into history, like some of the most creative and genius people were told, like by their teachers and some of their family and parents, that they wouldn't amount to nothing, and then they done amazing things. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes
Yeah.
it's like you just have to take it as it comes, and I think you're doing really well. And you know, I look up to you. You inspire me. I know I
Oh,
don't put
thanks.
out a lot of music or stuff like
That
that,
means a
but it's
lot.
like I just take my time and I'm doing whatever. But I like to talk to other artists who are like slowly climbing, because I know like in 10 years from now they're going to be in a very, very, very secure place. They're going to have like the bank. Like I know that you still have a job at the moment,
Oh yeah,
so
yeah. I'm still working.
and how do you find that? Like, does working interfere with your creative process or vice versa?
Not so much because my all the money that I make from work after I pay, bills pretty much goes into music like studio time. So it allows me to have an income for that stuff and be able to pay for hard copies, studio time, travel to go to gigs, you know what I mean?
Okay. And
I try
what
to
would
make
have
it work.
where would you have traveled to now that would have been the most fun to do a gig?
Oh, I played in Las Vegas.
Oh, you
Yeah,
lucky. I seen the video. Yeah, I was watching a
yeah,
few
yeah.
of those.
That
So
was
what
maybe
was
my
that like? How
favorite.
did that feel?
I want to come to Ireland. I want to.
Oh, well, I'm telling you now, right? If you come to Ireland, like, cause I already know like a few rappers myself, and I'm trying to put like together a charity event. So,
Yeah,
if I ever do and it's successful, I will be booking your ass on a plane over here, and you will be like one of the headline acts, if that's okay with
yeah.
you.
Absolutely, that'd be great. I'm able to come. I have no reason why I shouldn't. I got a passport. It's all set. You know what I mean? I've traveled out of the country before. I have no criminal records and stuff like that. So I'm not going to be held up at the border where it's like,
Yeah, yeah. That's so important. Like a lot of people I know have like they've said to me over the years, like a lot of people, I don't know whether this has happened to you, but in my case, a lot of people have tried to get me in trouble over the years. So I couldn't leave the country or I couldn't do certain
right.
things. And I'm just kind of wondering like how did you deal with the haters?
Well, you do get them, right? A lot of the biggest haters of my life have been mostly people I know personally. It's really weird. It's not complete strangers. It's your freaking friends and family.
I swear to God, like I was going out with a guy at one stage and I kept trying to rap and stuff, and every time I tried to rap and stuff, he used to kind of get a little bit, you know. So I get what you're saying. Sometimes people around you, they can be like probably the worst, but they do say like it's always the ones closest to you, so you have
It
to
is.
kind of like be careful.
Most, most of the people I went to high school with were the biggest detractors of me at first, and then I just kind of like, you just like whatever after
Yeah,
a
yeah,
while.
I got the exact same. Like now,
Yeah.
in my opinion, now you're like one of the elites compared to me. Like you're flying, and I know for a fact, like down the line, like actually, is there any record label that you'd like to work with?
Well, these days I don't think being on a big label is really worth it. But if there was a label I mean, sure, if someone wanted to sign me, maybe I'd like have a look at the contract. But maybe working on a label, like a more of an underground label, like I'm not sure if 36 Mafia's Hypnotize Mind record is they're still active, or maybe I don't know, who knows? Maybe like a Capitol Records will hang out with Billie Eilish.
Yeah, do you like Billie Eilish?
I love Billie Eilish. She's great.
Yeah, yeah, she
She's
is. I've
amazing.
seen the cover. She was on the cover. I think it was Vogue, and she had blonde hair, and I was like,
Yeah.
no, she didn't even
Oh,
look like the girl, but it was amazing to see. But like she jumped into the limelight at 16, I think, wasn't it? So she had a
yeah,
lot to
very young.
she had a lot to kind of get to grips with into terms of, but she was quite lucky too. Like her brother was the one who produced her music and things like that. So, I have to say, like, she was very lucky and very blessed. And when you look at people like that, you say, wow, like, you look at them and you follow their path, and hopefully you get there as well. You know what I mean?
Can only hope. You know what? One of my dream collabs is, I don't know, have you ever heard of a rapper from back in the day from the UK named Lady Sovereign?
Yeah.
I am a huge Lady Sovereign fan. I have all her CDs. I have all the singles and stuff. I would love to do a collab with Lady Sovereign. I heard she works at a
That is
supermarket somewhere
incredible that you
in
said
like
that,
somewhere in the
because
UK. Huh?
yeah, that's mad that you said that, because I used to like her an awful lot when I was younger as well. And when I came out as Lady Be Lyrical, people were like, "Is that to do with Lady Sovereign or Lady Gaga?" Because I used to wear sovereigns all the time. I was like, "It's neither.
Right.
It's Ladiee. Like it's an
Yeah.
anagram. Like it's not actually lady. You know what I mean?" But it's so cool that you said that, and that's
Oh
actually a
yeah.
very interesting collaboration. Like if you were to, I could see that being really fun and funky. And where did she ever go? Like, I don't know what happened to her.
It's a huge mystery even to me. I think she literally in 2010 just quit and went to living back a normal life. I heard a rumor that she's working at a supermarket somewhere in England right now. I don't know where, but I heard
So
that
I
she,
felt
I
it
don't
was like
know.
a conspiracy that she was meant to be JoJo as well. Do you remember? Leave, get out.
I love
Remember that?
JoJo. I'm also a big JoJo fan too.
Yeah, yeah. They
Massive.
were, they were like the staple of our kind of grown up years, really, weren't they?
I also love Lily Allen too. Back in the day, big Lily Allen fan.
And N Dubs, would you like N Dubs?
I don't think I've heard.
So Dappy and all that. Na na na. No.
I don't think I've heard that
Okay.
one.
I'll send you a few links after we have this interview, and you can have a little look. But I'd say if you like them, you'll like N Dubs.
I do gotta take off though. I gotta pick up my girl from work.
Okay. So it was really lovely talking to you, and hopefully a couple of months from now I'll do another interview with you. We'll catch up, see where you are, what you're doing.
Let's do it
I
again.
have all your links here, so I'm gonna whack all your links and a YouTube link to one of the videos I really enjoyed on my Lady Be Lyrical page. So if you get a few links over there and just it came from where I was sending them wherever. So I really had so much fun. I wish it had a bit longer, but like I said, the woman is the world. So you go get her.
Yeah. Let's do this again, Rebecca. This was great. Great to talk to you. I'm glad we got it working.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm always there anyway on mail. If you ever want to chat or you want me, you know what I mean, just holla and I am at your service.
Let's do it, man. Let's collab sometime soon too.
Yeah, definitely. Like I was actually talking to her recently, and all I've really done is rap, but I actually sing. And I stopped singing a long time ago because I was bullied very badly. So I started singing again. So if you want to check out my vocals and you want a vocalist or and let me know, hit me up. And I don't even want any money for it, just for the fun of it and to be involved. You know what I mean?
All right, yo. Sounds like a plan. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Everybody, that was Tyrow James. Thanks for tuning in. He's gone to get the love of his life. I'm going to go
Nah.
have a cup of tea, which is the love of my life. And we will see you again soon. Peace. Bye.